would like to invite Mr. Dosso to the stage to make some remarks.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I saw the interpreter box, so that means I can speak in French. But no problem, I speak in English, don't worry. But bear with me so that you hear English, but you hear also a French accent. Okay? When my new friend, Dr. Wang, was presenting, he showed something I'm very happy to come back on it, and just that also support our work on setting up an energy bank for Africa, dedicating for Africa hydrocarbon sector. He was saying that easy to process African crudes enjoy preference from refinery in Europe. But why are we not doing everything to have refinery on our Grand Africa so that we create more jobs? Because bringing refinery or bringing crude in Europe or other side outside Africa is creating jobs there also. But we can add value here, but I'm sure those who are financing such refinery are not going to put their money. So we need our money to do so. So this is one thing we are very, very committed to establish this energy bank. I'm in charge to talk about later. I wanted to make a painting of the situation, but the speakers before me do perfectly the painting of Africa situation, hydrocarbon industry. We are net importer, all those things. A sad situation, so I'm not going to go through that again. So just a history matter. As Excellency Secretary General of FAO explained also, our ambition is to develop this sector of hydrocarbon, and the financing need is to have our own capability in terms of financing sector. So before this project of Africa Energy Bank, APO used to have his APO fund and reform it to Africa Energy Investment Corporation, and with a capital of $1 billion. And we approached Afreximbank to assist us to raise funds from member country and any other investor. And after 1 year working with Afreximbank closely, they approached and they made the proposal of partnering with APO to establish another kind of bank, bigger, which can have a big impact on the sector. The minister approved this project, and this project we started discussing, negotiating with Afreximbank since May last year, 2022, for agreeing on the term of establishing the Africa Energy Bank. So what we have done so far, we have been discussing with Afreximbank on this project. We are almost done. You know, generally it's said, you know, I'm not presenting something formal because we still on the project stage, and we have some belief saying that when you in project, don't talk much about your project till it's become operational. So we release some information, but we keep also those we find critical. But sometimes you have also to communicate because at some stage we're going to need investors to put money on it. So we have to also advertise the project about it. So we have what we agree on with Afreximbank. The name first. The name with the Africa Energy Bank. I can release this information. No problem for that. We also have agreed that the authorized capital authorized capital will be $5 billion, this new bank. And it will be an independent supranational bank, not regulated by any central bank, as Afreximbank itself. And the two major funding member will be APO and Afreximbank. APO, behind APO, will have APO members country, APO national oil company, and any sovereign entity in APO member country, like a sovereign wealth fund or those things. And I said, for example, we're going to have $5 billion capital. The funding member, Afresim and APO, will be assigned to raise $3 billion. And will be divided in 3 classes. So the funding member will be in class A, and will be in charge to raise $3 billion. The class B will be other African investors, and class C will be outside Africa investors also. What else can I share with you? As Excellency Apo SGC also, we're expecting to have the final document, establishment document, the treaty, establishment treaty, signed during Apo ministerial meeting, which is scheduled to be held 2nd November in Cotonou. And Afreximbank is expected to be there also to sign the funding document. And after that, we approach all the countries to sign the document and ratify. The minimum country to ratify the establishment treaty is 2 countries. After that, we'll be able to be operational, but we also be in parallel in the process of fundraising from member countries, from any other investor also. And the target start of the target start of operation date will be by end of Q2 of next year. So this bank, the vision is to be the leading partner in promoting the growth and transformation of the Africa energy sector. We'll be essentially in oil and gas, but we also projecting in a medium of long-term or long-term being in other kind of energy sector. Yeah. But we start with hydrocarbon sector. We have to be clear about that also, because we have to develop this sector and we need funding. We know this bank is not going to solve all the funding needs in the coming 5 years, because based on some study, for example, the 5 coming here, we have an average of $66 billion in terms of oil and gas infrastructure requirement in terms of capital. This bank is coming to be a sort of facilitator to try to mobilize those funds. And this average is all the stream, upstream, midstream, downstream sector. So you see the need, and as it has been said, it's our duty, we Africans, to take our ownership, to take our responsibility and set up this capability and stop relying outside Africa funding. If outside Africa funding comes, it's good, but we have to be well prepared for that. So this is what I can release on the project, but I think I've shared the most important thing. Yeah, the capital, the bank is being operational next year by end of 2nd quarter. And after when we start signing the documents 2nd of May, I think we start also advertising on the project. You're going to get more information on that. Yeah. So if you have also any question about that, we keen to answer in line with what we can release, what we cannot release. Yeah. Thank you for your attention.